Hello all, welcome to today's lecture on engineering mechanics. Today we will be dealing with one of the problem from the topic centroid. So for today's lecture, I have selected this problem. So the problem is to locate the centroid of the shaded area which is shown in this figure. So if you look, we have a big rectangle which is having dimensions like at the length it is having 80 units and as the height it is having 40 units. And from this rectangle, actually we are cutting out one triangle like this so that the base of the triangle is 40 and the height of the triangle is also 40. And in addition to this, on left top side, you can see that there is a quarter circle which is again cut out from this rectangle, and this quarter circle is having a radius of 20 units, so that if you start from this corner, this point will be almost half the length we have at the bottom. So this is the dimension which is given for our figure. After cutting this out, we will get this shaded area, and we are supposed to find out the centroid of this shaded area. So let us try to analyze this. So the very first step that we have to do is, as we have done now, we have to split the given shape into the given complex shape into non-shapes, like simple shapes like rectangles, triangles, quarter circle, semicircle, etc. So in this case, we are actually taking the larger outer rectangle as our first shape, so that I have given the number 1. Then this cutout, that is cutout in the shape of the triangle, is taken as a shape number 2. So I am putting the number 2 here. And finally, for this quarter circle, I am putting number 3. Now what we can do is, like, we for these simple shapes we already know where the centroid will be. Say for example, if you take this rectangle, I know that the centroid will be at L by 2 and B by 2. So approximately I am marking it and naming it as G1 for my rectangle, G2 is the centroid of my triangle, and G3 is the centroid of my quarter circle. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the areas of all these shapes. So as the first step, I am calculating the area of the rectangle, which is given by the base. If you remember it, the dimension was from this point to this point, it was 40. Again, we have the base of the triangle as 40. The height was also 40 units. So in total, the length is 80 and the height is 40. So I am getting an area of 3200 millimeters square. Now moving on to the triangle, we know that the equation is half into base into height, and for this triangle the base was 40 and the height was also 40, so we will obtain around 800 millimeters square. And for finally, when we come to this quarter circle, you know that the area of a circle is pi r square, and quarter circle means pi r square by 4, and pi into r was 20 units, so I am substituting the values, so that the final result will be pi into 20 square by 4, or it will be 314.16 millimeters square. Now what we have to do, we know that if you want to calculate the centroid of a composite section, we have the expression x bar is equal to sigma xi into ai divided by sigma ai, and y bar is equal to sigma yi into ai divided by sigma ai. So now we have to calculate xi and yi. Since we have three shapes, we will be having x1, x2, x3 as well as y1, y2, y3, similar to the areas where we had a1, a2 and a3. So let us calculate the value of xi. So the first xi means, what do you mean by xi actually? So in this case, we have taken the reference axis as the bottom, at the bottom as well as on the leftmost side, as you can see in this figure. X1 means you have to consider the first figure, and with respect to your reference y-axis, what is the horizontal distance I have to travel from this y-axis so that I will reach the centroid of my first figure. That means in this case, it will be from this point to this point, the horizontal distance. How much it is? It is, you already know the total length is 40, and the centroid will be located at half the total length. In this case, I mean total length is 80. So the centroid will be located at half the total length, which is 40 units. So x1 will be equal to 80 by 2, and you will obtain it as 40 millimeters. Now let us try to find x2. So what will be x2 here? What we know is, like, from this right angled corner side, that is this vertical side, the distance to the centroid is 1 by 3 times the base. Okay, base is 40. Therefore, this distance will be 1 by 3 times 40. But what is your x2? x2 is nothing other than the horizontal distance from the reference y-axis to the point. That means it will be the horizontal distance from this axis all the way to G2. That means this much length will be your x2. How we can find it out? We know that this length is 1 by 3 times base, or the remaining length is, that means from this point to this point. What will be the distance? If this is 1 by 3 times base, the remaining will be 2 by 3 times base. And I also know that from this point to this dotted line, the horizontal distance is 40 units. It was given in the problem. So this is 40 units plus 2 by 3 times this base will help me to reach G2. I am repeating, 40 plus 2 by 3 times the base of the triangle. How I got this 2 by 3? Because I know that the distance from this edge to this point is 1 by 3 times base. If that is 1 by 3 times base, the remaining will be 2 by 3 times the base. So that my x2 will be either 40 plus 2 by 3 times base, or I can also write it as this total length. Total length means from O to this end. It is 40 plus 40, that is 80, minus this distance. This distance was 1 by 3 times 40. That is how they have done here. So 80 minus 1 by 3 times 40. If you do the other way also, you will be getting the same result. And here I am obtaining x2 as 66.67 millimeters. Now what I have to do? I have to calculate the value of x3, which will be the horizontal distance from this y-axis to the centroid of my third figure, the horizontal distance, right? So that can be directly obtained. We already know from this right angled side, this horizontal distance as well as this vertical distance will be how much? It will be 4r by 3 pi. So they are using the same equation, substituting the value of r. In this case, r was 20. And finally, the value will be obtained as 8.49 millimeters. Now what we have to do? We have already calculated xi's and ai. Now we will be able to calculate x bar, but we also need to calculate the value of y bar. For that, what we need is the values of y1, y2 as well as y3 in this problem, right? So let us try to find it out first. So y1 will be, what will be y1? Similar to if x1 was the horizontal distance from my reference y-axis, y1 will be my vertical distance from where? From my reference x-axis to the centroid of each figure, right? So y1 means it is the distance from my reference x-axis to the centroid of my rectangle in the vertical direction. How much this distance will be? It will be total height divided by 2. Total height we already know from the question, it was 40. So here what they are doing, 40 by 2, which will come around 20 millimeters. So what will be y2 then? Y2 will be the vertical distance from my reference x-axis to the centroid of my triangle, that is this vertical distance. How much this will be? We already know from the right angled corner, if you see the centroid, this distance also will be 1 by 3 times the total height. The height was 40. So y2 will be 1 by 3 times 40, which will come around 13.33. Now what remaining is, we have to calculate the value of y3, where y3 will be the vertical distance from the reference x-axis to G3. So how to find that? What we know is this distance is how much? It is 4r by 3 pi. So what we can do is, either we can subtract 4r by 3 pi from the total distance. I know that the total height is 40 units. Either I can take it as 40 minus 4r by 3 pi, or what I can do, I can add this length plus the remaining length. I know this is 4r by 3 pi and this total length is r. Therefore, r minus 4r by 3 pi will give me the remaining length. That value plus this height will give me the value of y3. So it will be easy to subtract 4r by 3 pi from the total height. So you already know the total height is 40 minus 4r by 3 pi. So they have done it like that. Y3 is equal to 40 minus 4 into r, that is 20 divided by 3 pi, which will give me 31.51. Now what remaining is just the substitution. So the equation for x bar is sigma xi ai. In this case, we have three shapes. So when you expand that, what will happen? Sigma xi ai divided by sigma a. When you expand that, you will get it as x1 a1 or a1 x1. And why we have a minus sign here? The reason is, the second figure as well as the third figure is a cutout section, a hollow section. So that for all the case of holes or cutout sections, we have to put a negative sign for the area. So the first one, the total rectangle is considered as positive minus A2x2. A2x2 minus A3x3 divided by A1 minus A2 and minus A3. A2 and A3 are minus values since they are cut out from this rectangle. So we will substitute the values. We already have A1, A2, A3 as well as x1, x2, x3 calculated. Just substitute that, and when you simplify, you can see that the value of x bar will be 34.52. That means the actual centroid of the shaded section is located at a distance of 34.52 millimeters from this reference y-axis. So from this reference y-axis, you have to travel a distance of 34.52 so that you will reach a line on which our centroid is lying. Okay, now we have to also calculate the y bar so that we can pinpoint the centroid. So let us write down the equation for y bar. Y bar will be equal to a1 y1 minus a2 y2 minus a3 y3 divided by a1 minus a2 minus a3. And the general form was y bar was equal to sigma yi AI divided by sigma AI. And when you expand for three figures, it will be something like this. And depending on the case of holes or cutout section, you have to put the negative value for your areas. Now let us substitute the values. So once you substitute the values, you can see the value is coming as 20.82 millimeters. So in order to find out the centroid of the shaded region, what I have to do from the origin, I have to travel a distance of 34.52 units in the x direction. Then I have to travel in the y direction through a distance of 20.82, so that I will reach a point, and that point will be the centroid of this shaded region. So 34.52 is the x bar and 20.82 is the y bar. So this is how you will locate the centroid of a composite section. Only thing that you have to take care is, like, when you have a hollow sections, those areas should be considered as negative. So I hope you understood the concept. So in the next video, we will work out one more problem.